When have I avoided someone of high IQ?
I just gave you an example. Like we
When was
were in the
that?
middle of a debate. We were in the
The live
middle of
got
a debate.
discontinued. That's me getting banned.
No. I'm not saying you discontinue. Let me explain to you what happened. We were in the middle of the debate. I was cooking y'all grits. The live got discontinued. It came back like 10, 15 minutes later. And then after that, I tried to request to rejoin to finish the debate. And you guys absolutely ignored me. I literally waited over an hour
I
trying to get
just didn't
back.
see you in the guest box.
Okay. Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like next time you see my name, if you could extend that courtesy.
I'll make sure to look for it, but I can't say that
I'm
I
gonna
won't,
cook your grits, bro.
won't
I
forget.
promise you.
Appreciate the cat. Thank you so much. I mean, how many people sit on here and claim that they do that all the time? I appreciate that mustache. Thank you so
That's
much.
true.
That
That's
doesn't
true.
really mean anything.
No,
to me.
you're absolutely
Appreciate
true.
the cat. Thank you.
I know you just said you're not particularly interested in the abortion debate, but that was the topic that we were having. But any of the other topics that you guys typically cover, I'm more than happy to.
No, I'll debate
into-
you on anything. I don't run away from anything. You know how many people tell me that I'm running away from them? Appreciate the cat. Thank you so much.
But
How
two
many
things
people
can
are
be
in
true
the
at the
comment
same
section in
time,
the
right?
guest box? Is it the case that everyone just has to get jumped up to the
Can two
top
things be
every single
true?
time?
Can two things be true? Can it be true that all those other times you did not, and with me you did? Can two things be true?
That could possibly be true, but what I'm demonstrating is that's not likely true. Okay.
Well, I think from my
Understand
perspective,
the difference between a probabilistic claim and a certain claim?
So if we're see, you expanded it to be everyone else. So yes, you could absolutely say that it's not very probable based on the percentages. But if we narrowed it down to just me, it was very certain that you guys were running from me. And I'm not going to say
I'm not running
you
from anyone, dude.
I'm
just
not saying
explained
you
it to you.
specifically.
I don't know who you are. I don't know why I would run from you. You don't
Well, this is
seem
our
very
first time
high
talking
IQ,
directly.
right? I don't
And
know why I
honestly-
would run from you.
Honestly, I find you to be the most intellectually honest out of the group because you don't run as often straw man arguments.
No, you're saying
and I
I'm
also
running
find you
and
to
then
be
I'm
very
running straw man
respectful.
arguments. Give me one time where I did that.
I just said out of the group,
You said I do it less, but that means I still do it. So give me the time I did it.
When you were in that live and we were talking through the abortion debate, you absolutely did it. You guys kept trying to draw the distinction between conception and fertilization, and you wouldn't let me get to the point. Like you guys kept interrupting, trying to get back to when is the point of conception, and we can debate the
I'm
semantics
not
of
hearing any straw
conception
man.
versus
What's the
fertilization.
straw man that I engaged in?
I don't remember the specifics, the argument. I just recall
Not a single one.
No, I'm not going to be able to give you the specifics from 7 days ago. We're in the middle of debate. I wasn't taking notes on what you said. I was trying
I'm
to
not even
respond.
asking for. I'm just asking for a general.
Okay,
I didn't
general.
even ask for anything specific there.
I just gave it to you. I just in general.
That wasn't a general. You just said that I did it. That's not a.
What's your argument here, sir? So I can respond.
I'm
to
not
you.
giving an argument. I'm asking you what you were saying. You're saying that I gave straw man arguments. I'm asking for one example. And if you can't provide me that, well, then I don't know why you believe it.
I just told you that we were having the conversation about abortion. Let me speak slowly so you can understand me.
And you just said that I did it. That's not giving me any reason.
No, I literally said we were having a conversation around fertilization and conception, and you guys were trying to run down the argument that
You just said that they interrupted you.
Specifically around. I'm just gonna just keep going because this is what you guys do. But we're specifically talking about sentient life and what it was, right? And I asked you to define it, because starting to come back to me. I asked you to define what sentient life was. Your original statement was the ability to feel sensation.
Subjective experience. That was my original statement.
Okay, and then I asked you. I said, "Are you sure that is your position?" And you said yes. And then we were going on, and I explained to you that sentient life is not specific to human life. Sentience
never
means that
claimed
you
it
have
was.
these capacities.
And I
You
explained to you that I have a conjunction of characteristics. I'm still hearing no straw man.
I'm trying to get to it, but I'm trying to give you all of the context so that we can both.
I don't
agree
need
that
the rest of
that
the
you ran
context.
it.
I remember the context of the conversation. Could you please provide to me the particular straw man that I engaged in?
You were trying to attack the deployment of consciousness as being the thing that makes human life sentient or more valuable than that of animals.
That's describing my view. That's not a straw man.
It is a straw man because you were trying to draw the.
What's a straw man? Tell me what a straw man is.
It is trying to attack a particular position of a person's point to try to refute it. And that was exactly what you were trying to do.
Listen, no. A straw man.
I think you need to look at the mirror definition.
A straw man is when you purposefully misrepresent another person's position in a worse off light that is not representative or characteristic of the original view to then critique the other view rather than the view in which they posed. Okay. You didn't give me any circumstance where I did that, let alone you showed an exact, complete misunderstanding of what a fallacy is. Okay. I don't think I'm running away from you. I don't think you're some high intellectual being. You quite literally didn't even understand what a fallacy was there. Okay. I need you to chill down. I need you to pipe down. You can wait in the comment section. I'll have a conversation with you, but by no means am I running away from you. By no means am I trying to strawman you. By no means am I engaging disingenuously.
Why are you getting mad, bro?
I'm not. I just described it to you.
My voice hasn't raised at you one time. And
my voice hasn't raised at you either.
No, you're getting a little aggressive.
I just spoke fast. My bad.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Like I said, I find you
just
to
didn't
be
like what I said.
I fundamentally and vehemently disagree with what you said. Absolutely. But like, the tonality matters. Can we agree on that? Like, okay, I could say,
do you think my tone was like bad there?
Huh?
Do you think my tone was bad there?
I just told you it was a little aggressive. Like,
just because I was,
you don't have to get upset or mad or get emotional because we have a fundamental disagreement on our positions. Okay,
I am not mad at you by any means.
All right, cool. All right, and like I said, I find you to be the most logical and respectful out of that 4-person crew. So, you know, like I said, let me let you have the
Blitz got banned, bro. What?
Go ahead and have the debate on this particular topic.
Oh yeah, well, I'll see you later, man.
I'll wait for you on when you have the right topic.
Appreciate it. See you. All right, let's go to the next person. Everyone, only send a guest request if you think same gender attraction is wrong or immoral. Let me message Blitz, see what happened to him. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
What's up, buddy? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah. Do you think same gender attraction is wrong or immoral?
By what standard? Christian standard or?
Sarah, say that one more time. Do you believe it's wrong under your view?
I mean, honestly, I don't see nothing wrong with it because the way it's presented, is it wrong to like another man?
You got a general ban, by the way, chat. Go ahead.
Is it wrong, by the way, to sleep with a man, or is it wrong to love a man and not sleep with him? Which one's worse?
I don't think either are bad. Do you think either are bad?
I mean, no.
Okay, so if you don't think that they're bad, I'm going to go on to the next person, but I appreciate you coming up.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
All right. Only send a guest request if you do believe that same gender attraction is wrong or immoral. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
23.
For sure. Do you think that same gender attraction is wrong or immoral?
First, so morality is subjective, because I understand the viewpoint of like religious arguments about strictly objective morality, but from the context of us just deeming what is like acceptable, that's like different per person.
Yeah, I'm asking what your view is.
My view is I am in fact I believe in Jesus, but I also believe that the book that teaches me about Jesus was written by man. So I understand that he was a very accepting person and that I'm not supposed to judge people in general because whatever sin they might have, I am just as dirty with the same sin. So like in no context is same gender attraction being right or wrong. If it's wrong, it still doesn't make anyone.
Okay, so you don't think it's wrong?
So I don't think that it's illogical. I don't think that it's
that wasn't my question. Do you think it's wrong?
By my viewpoint of like my religious viewpoint, I think it goes against God. Which if
so how do you know that your God exists?
How do I know that my God exists?
Yeah.
So the way that I reason why I believe God exists is a very common argument where creation has to have a creator, but that also doesn't prove that the Christian God is the God that you should believe.
You're just supposing that it's creation. 1, 2. It also doesn't justify any notion of an intelligent creator. Right? There could just be a cause to the universe. You're just saying like everything that begins to exist has a cause. The universe begins to exist, therefore it has a cause, right? You could say that, but by no means does that mean that it's not naturalistic.
But there's nothing that says that it being naturalistic means that it's not with a God. Like the very nature of there being a God means that it's part of nature because God would have made nature.
Yeah, I think you don't know which one it is, and that's why I'm agnostic.
Right.
But I know that it's not the Christian God because it's fake. because there's really reason to believe it's false.
Why do you personally believe that the Christian God is fake?
Yeah, because it's incoherent for him to create. If he's perfect, it is the case that there would be no reason for him to create, because if the world we exist in is imperfect, that means he desires it less, because imperfection is less his state of perfection to a state of perfection plus imperfection, because that ultimately is imperfect. Okay.
So,
and if it was perfect, well, then God wouldn't have any reason to go from one state to the other, because both states are just as valuable as each other. He's indifferent. So that makes creation random. And if that makes creation random, that contradicts the story in Genesis.
what do you mean by him changing his state?
No, I mean like the state of affairs, like the state of all things that exist.
So the thing is, you within the context of believing that God is perfect, right? So if the Christian God is true and he is perfect, our notions of what would be logical to a perfect being like that are just not like valid in any way, because you can agree that I'm not perfect and that you're not perfect. So our notions of like his reasonings are just not really like valid. If you're gonna like, it would be like a guy in a really undeveloped native tribe trying to reason why I'm looking at a brick in my phone from like a far distance. You know what I mean? Like to him, I might just be looking like at a stone, but he just doesn't understand because of context, right? So like if God is infinite and perfect, then his reasoning for creating us was like just purely out of love. He didn't have to. Yeah, I mean, according to scripture, he literally didn't have to. He chose to do this and to make someone like, okay, so
are imperfect states sometimes more preferable than perfect states?
To us, within context,
I'm not talking about to me. I'm talking about to God.
To God. So imagine if he, there's often an argument as to why God didn't just make us his equals, right? If we were equal to God and infinite, we would just be God. Like we would have the same exact opinions as God. We would have the same exact like morality.
Never asked that question.
Well, right, but like you're asking about whether or not the same gender attraction is right or wrong, and just you asked within my context of what I believe. And like
you said Christianity, I said Christianity fake. I gave you reason Christianity fake. I showed you contradiction with God creating, or with contradiction with Genesis. Either way you go, whether you say the world we exist in is perfect or imperfect.
It's imperfect. It's like. So
well, then there would be a contradiction, because God couldn't possibly desire to create a world in which is less desirable, because imperfection is less desirable than perfection.
Not necessarily, because like.
So imperfection is more desirable than perfection in certain scenarios?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, well, what is imperfect? It means that that's flawed. How could a flawed state of affairs be more desirable than a flawless state of affairs?
Let's put it in
flawed
context,
state of
right?
affairs are things that God doesn't like.
Let's put it in context, right? For us in circumstance, sometimes failure is in fact desirable, such as like a company failing in order to get out of like being in a job.
We're not perfect.
Or a relationship failing. If the
we're
fact
not
that
perfect.
It failed, we're not perfect, right? But
your God is.
The Christian God made it so that we could have the right to be good or bad within the context of what we would recognize and deem logical, right? So our opinions differ. And our opinions are imperfect, but the way that he structured our capability to make a choice, that is still perfect. Whether it's like moment, he is in fact is, right? The rules around your house are what I say it is, not what you say it is. So in context, when it comes to like territorial disputes, if you're going to take like God as an individual, then he is right with asking like anything of you, right? So
if God asked you to kill a baby, would that be good?
You see, technically, if the God that like made this world was an evil God, like just in context, just a hypothetical, if he was an evil God.
That's not possible under what you just said, because that was divine command theory. You just said anything God commands is good. I asked you if God commanded this, would it be good?
It wouldn't be good or bad, because we have our own...
No, it has to be good because he's all good. Okay.
Well, he is all good, but I put a hypothetical down where he was bad, right? Because there's certain people, like Satanists believe that actually Satan was the one that was liberating us from Yeshua, You know what I mean? So like there's different beliefs as to what this God that was still the creator, they still believe Yeshua was the creator. They just believe that Satan was actually the one that was trying to liberate humanity to try to get them to have freedom, right? So it's still within context, like not an irrational way of thinking where, let's say, the all-powerful creator told you like, oh, you're going to have everything that you want in life if you do this one thing that you personally deem bad to your own subjective morality, right? So right or wrong, what is right or wrong? It's just how we emotionally connect to it. We've thought that it was like, there were people in the past, hundreds of years ago, that didn't think that rape was that big a deal. You know what I mean? They didn't think that murder was a big deal. Huh?
You have to say R word. I say it's TikTok TOS. Yeah. So.
My bad.
Yeah. So as it relates to this, I don't think that you're actually providing any argument here, because I'm not just saying it's wrong based on my desires. Okay, that's not what I'm saying.
Then why?
I'm saying God's own desires. This is an internal critique of your worldview.
Like, I don't necessarily believe that it's like something you should be shamed for, or even something that you shouldn't be allowed to do, or even something that you like I said, I believe in God. I believe in fucking free will. You know what I mean? I also believe that you have the right to choose. You should have the right to like learn these things and go out of your way. So when it comes to same-sex attraction, like based on the Bible, you should want, like, it says that the greatest gift that a guy could ever have is a good woman, right? Like, it does tell you like how in context throughout your lifetime, yeah, I'm sure you have a certain view of like,
what did I ask you?
Same-sex attraction. Why is it wrong? It's wrong because there's like,
yeah, because you're saying Jesus. I showed you how Jesus not
could be
Jesus
considered
not God.
disadvantageous, right? Not everything that we want in life is a good thing for us. You know what I mean? Not everything that we desire is a good thing. Like if you want to go out and party all the time, you still have the right to go do that as an American and as a person. If you want the right to like go sleep.
I'm asking you how you know it to be wrong. You say it's the Bible. I critique Bible. You didn't give a response to that.
All right. What about biology? Then like the things have purpose without our like own like enjoyment to it, without our emotions. I'm assuming
when your wife becomes infertile, is it wrong for you to have sex with her?
No.
Okay, well, you guys can't produce children together when you consensually have sex.
Technically, in general, lust in all contexts is in fact a sin. But within the context of Christianity, you're not supposed to actually be perfect. You're not supposed to actually be like, oh, without lust, you're going to have lust. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to not have hate. You're going to have hate. Like it's more nuanced than just like, oh, we think it's wrong, so we're not gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna do it anyway. Like people are like not perfect. We've been around a world with a bunch of temptation, man. Even without like the notion of it being like shameful, we still like fall to our temptations whenever we get spiteful and shit like that. You know what I mean? So like I'm not acting like my worldview is like perfect. I have friends that like have sexual attractions to men, and I'm like, I mean, I don't.
But like
what I'm saying is, even though like it's technically not what is like designed for, you know what I mean? Like just
yeah. And I'm asking you, can you give me a response to any of the critiques I posited towards Christianity, or do you just want to keep claiming that like it's that like your beliefs?
So it's I believe that it's wrong just because there's you have an opportunity to. So people believe gender is fluid, right? Like in many ways, they believe that gender is something that you can like go between, like in one state to another, between male or cis-him, like all that stuff.
None of this information is relevant to what I just asked you. I don't know why you're saying this.
Like I'm saying it because
I'm not trying to be rude, bro. You literally aren't answering any of my questions, and you're just bringing up random information that's irrelevant to what I'm asking.
Well, you asked why gender attraction is wrong, and like if same-sex gender attraction is wrong, and if same-sex gender attraction is to just be like condoned, like what makes it right? You know what I mean? I don't understand what is it just a thing? If
I'm not saying that same gender attraction is right or wrong. I think it's morally neutral the same way opposite gender attraction is also morally neutral.
But is there anything that's actually morally neutral though? Because from
yes, if I pick up a rock from the ground, it's morally neutral.
Well, it depends in context. Like, what if that rock is actually like you're in some place that somebody owns, and he's very particular about you picking up his landscape, I mean, then it's not morally neutral. He's actually, you might get in trouble for that. You might get kicked out of the club. You might get kicked out of the country club. So,
dude, yeah, I'm talking about like a particular thing. Like if I pick up a rock from my backyard, right? Is that wrong or right?
that's right. It's not wrong. It's not
No,
neutral.
it's not right because you wouldn't make a claim that you should pick up the rock from the ground. It
Do you
just
want
would
to?
be. It just wouldn't. It would just
But
be.
you
It
want
would be
to-
a claim
you
that
want
nor
to.
you hold up. It would be a claim nor that you should or that you shouldn't, right? Nor either, right? So why would you say that it would be that you should pick up the rock? That makes no sense.
Well, do you want to pick up the rock? It's also about intention. Do you want to do that?
That's relevant to whether or not you consider it morally right or wrong.
It is completely irrelevant because let's say I give a girl a compliment and my purpose is to make her want to sleep with me versus give her a compliment for me to genuinely just give her a compliment. The intention changes like the morality of the action. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
when it is applied to other people, we're talking about with a rock.
with a rock, why would you have anything in relation to the rock?
It's literally a rock. We're just talking about whether or not someone's picking up a rock. Obviously, there's nothing wrong or right in this action. It's just an action. What I'm demonstrating here is that
It's
there are
right,
specific
though.
actions in which are morally neutral. There are specific things in which are morally neutral. Let me ask you another question. Is it wrong or right for me to be human? It just is that I'm human. Okay?
That is just the thing, but that's in context. What kind of human you are becomes like you still have context. Like let's say,
Yeah, but is it wrong or right that I'm human?
but that's too like you're not taking into account the fact that you're not just
No,
human.
I just am human, right?
You just are human.
There
Yes.
you go, J-Rod. Does that make sense, right? I just am
That's
human. It's
a
not
neutral
right or wrong for me to be
statement.
human.
That is a neutral statement for sure. That you
Exactly.
are.
That's what I'm saying. It's morally neutral. There you go. You understand it. So in the same way that being human is morally neutral, right? Same gender attraction and opposite gender attraction, they're both morally neutral. We apply morals to like actions.
We do apply morals to actions, but I think in context, like if you have the full context of the situation, let's say you just picked up the rock to pick up the rock, you say that it's
Okay, what's
neutral.
wrong with a man consentfully having adult intercourse, right? Consensual intercourse with another man. What is that wrong?
From our like decisions of it's not wrong. From what
It's not
what
wrong?
kind of it's not wrong in our context of like they both consented to stuff that they wanted to do.
Okay, if it's not wrong, well then I don't know why you came up on my live. It
Because
seems like
it is you didn't say about the action, you said about the attraction. And the
why do you
attraction
consider
itself-
the attraction wrong?
the attraction is wrong because in context you can make certain choices about the things that you enjoy in life, right? Like you can make certain choices about the type
So
of
to
people-
engage in same gender intercourse, it's okay, but to have same gender attraction is not okay.
Well, the moment it all stems from the attraction, right? So I'm a big believer that in some ways you're not completely in control. You know the saying, you're not the master of your own house, right? So you have your attractions and you fall into like the you fall into the actions of your desires, right? So you start acting based on what you want, and sometimes what you want isn't going to be the most advantageous for your life, right? So let's say gender is in fact fluid and like you can choose what you want to be based on like the things that you see, the kind of lifestyle you'll have around the decisions that you'll make, right? Like you see that being straight gives you a certain kind of lifestyle, certain kinds of women, it opens the doors for like all other shit. And then like if you're like bi, it opens
Can you just answer
all
the question, like why is it wrong for someone to have same gender attraction?
It's wrong because you can have like negative repercussions from society. Like if you want to take God out of it,
so would you say
disadvantageous.
during the context of Jim Crow laws that it was wrong to be black?
No, because that's something you genuinely cannot control.
You can't control whether or not you're gay.
You can control the kind of people you're attracted to. Actually, that's not. There has been studies done where like people are introduced to like sexual circumstances with even inanimate objects, and those inanimate objects actually do cause like sexual attraction. Like that, there has been studies that have been done where you can
Dude,
change.
no. Again, so are you saying you could choose to have same gender attraction right now?
Like I believe that within like repetition, like if you open yourself up, like having an open mind, yes, I do believe that basically.
Okay, do it right now.
I could.
Okay, do it. So do it for me, right? Say that you find me sexually attractive and then just revert back.
I honestly do find you sexually attractive. I think you have very good features that people would genuinely find. Like,
Okay, now do it with your mom.
You have a semi-symmetrical face.
J-Rod, do it with your mom now.
Oh, well, you could also. There's people that do it with their mom all the time.
No, you do it. Do it right now.
I could, but I won't. Because
go for it. Do it. You could do it.
You see, that kind of argument is retarded. Sorry.
You're just gonna use slurs, bro. What the fuck, dude?
Because you're trying to get me to say
Literally
that.
crazy, bro. Literally crazy. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you do believe same-gender attraction is wrong or immoral. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
Hand and stroke my cock at a medium pace.
That is crazy, bro. That is so crazy, man.
Yo,
What's up, how old are you?
I'm 19.
Yeah, do you think same-gender attraction is wrong or immoral?
Man, yeah, I would say so. But what the heck was that last one? All right, yeah.
I don't even know. Why so?
Yeah, so I would say, you know, it probably wouldn't be too good for the environment.
Huh?
Yeah, so I'll explain. If everybody was sexually attracted to each other, humanity wouldn't strive, so it wouldn't be very good for the environment. The environment would completely collapse.
Yeah. Having same-gender attraction doesn't mean you're attracted to everyone, right?
Well, no. What I mean is this. So if everybody became sexually attracted to each other, or not each other, but let's say to the same gender, there would be no more reproduction.
That's not how it works. People don't just like do that. But also, people who have same-gender attraction also produce children. Did you know that?
How so?
IVF, in vitro fertilization, engaging in intercourse with the opposite sex.
So why is it in wait, but that's just unnecessary. They can just be attracted to the same gender.
No, so what's wrong with two people who are have same-gender attraction engaging with each other consentfully, who are adults? Why is that wrong?
Yeah, again, that would just collapse the environment.
How does that collapse the environment? Let's say they produce children through IVF.
Well, less people would be born, but then again, like more health effects will go up as well.
No. Let's say they have 3 children, and then after they have 3 children, they just start railing men, right? A man just starts railing men consentfully, right? What's wrong with that? He had 4 children already.
Again, I'm thinking, I'm speaking from a standpoint where pretty much, like in this hypothetical, if everybody was to pretty much be attracted to each other, that would completely collapse the current environment that we have.
Yeah, having same-gender attraction doesn't mean you're attracted to everyone. Are you attracted to every woman?
No, sir, but I'm not
having opposite gender attraction doesn't mean you're attracted to everyone. Similarly, if someone has same-gender attraction, they're not going to be attracted to everyone.
So again, when I say everyone, this is what I mean. I'm talking about the same gender, right?
And even if you do find people of the same gender, and if you found every single person on the planet attractive, what would be the issue with that? Let's say that's true.
Parker, I never said that everyone on the earth finds each other attractive. I'm saying if everyone on earth found the same gender attractive and everybody just started getting into same sex relationships, then humanity would completely fall and the world would be destroyed because of our current environment.
Okay, so we'd be destroyed. Okay, so there are people in same gender relationships right now, right? Do you think that is bad?
Wait, hold on. Before we go to that, do you agree that if everybody was to get into same sex? Wait, hold on. You're saying if everybody was to get into same sex relationships, you're saying that
we would still be able to go forward, yes.
Or are you saying that there would still be reproduction?
Yes.
But in this hypothetical where there's no, I guess you could say pretty much sperm donating, do you think...
Why would we say there's no sperm donation?
Well... I'm just trying to test your logic here. I'm just trying
How
to.
How are you testing logic?
I'm trying to. Why am I testing logic? That this is.
Or how are you testing logic? How is it testing someone's logic to say, What if everyone was gay?
Let's say, and it's hypothetical. If everybody got into same-sex relationships and it was just natural, there was no, because I'm assuming that you think homosexuality is natural, right? So we would.
I don't. Just because something's natural doesn't mean it's right or wrong. But yes, it's natural.
Yeah, sure. So if there was no sperm donating, there would be no reproduction. And would you? Don't divert.
No, trust me, this is a relevant point.
Hold on, don't divert.
It's a relevant point. I'm not diverting.
Sure. You can ask me that after I finish. I want to let my plane first.
Okay.
So if there was no more reproduction, you would agree that humanity and the environment would completely collapse, right?
The environment wouldn't collapse, but yes, the human population would decrease over time if there was no reproduction.
And then over time, humanity would completely disappear.
If there was absolutely zero reproduction, yes.
Yes. Okay. So
similarly, if everyone lived like Jesus and no one produced children by having sex because he didn't do that, we would have no reproduction. And what would happen to society then, Pastor?
Okay. So
what would happen to society then if everyone lived like Jesus?
Bro, this is crazy work. Okay, so number one.
Yeah, it is crazy work. The same argument you just used against people with same gender attraction is applicable to you because you follow Jesus.
That's not necessarily true because theoretically, okay, number one, following Jesus doesn't necessarily meaning doing every action he did. Following Jesus meaning
you believe you should be like him.
Well, in the sense that we are obedient to God and his will. That's what it means to be like Jesus, not to literally take every action that he has done, because I can't do everything he did. To follow Jesus means to really follow the Bible. That's literally what it means. That's what it means. So it doesn't mean taking every action. So not necessarily true. If we was to be obedient,
what is the Bible supposed to be, bro?
If we was to be obedient to God, people can still get married.
What is the Bible supposed to be?
What is the Bible supposed to be? The scripture, Old Testament, New Testament.
No, what is it supposed to be?
What do you mean?
Not what is the what are the books of the Bible? The Testaments in the Bible. I'm asking you, what is the Bible supposed to be? It's supposed to be a message from God to humans, right?
Sure, you can say that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
So what did you just say?
Yeah, so yeah, I'm saying, you asked me a question, what does it mean to follow Jesus? I'm telling you to follow his word. That's what it means to follow Jesus.
Yeah, and that's to follow. You're following Jesus.
Okay.
You're following the message from Jesus.
Yeah, so theoretically, if everybody was to be like Jesus, humanity would still strive because people would still reproduce because the Bible says we can get married.
Oh, no. Because again, living like Jesus did not, reproduce.
No.
So if we lived just like Jesus himself, we wouldn't reproduce.
Of course, nobody would reproduce, but that's not what it means.
So again, but you don't think that doing everything he did was doing something wrong? So then why would same gender attraction be wrong, right? If, this is true, right? Given that you use that argument against same gender attraction.
Well, because you're making an argument you're making a false argument, right? A fallacious argument, because living like Jesus theoretically doesn't mean to do every action he did. It means to live your life obeying God and his word. That's what it means to follow Jesus. So if everybody followed Jesus,
no, you're not understanding my point. You don't think living like Jesus was bad? Right?
Well, I don't think the way that Jesus lived.
Gender attraction and live that exact same way. Well, then how would that be any different than you claiming that everyone were to live like Jesus?
Well, I mean, because again, you're making the argument of like if you're saying living exactly like Jesus, well,